going to be a bit of a weird video today. Something a little different. We don't normally post videos like this, but I thought I'd add a bit of, not personality, but I thought I would add a bit of life to the channel. A lot of YouTubers, they do loads of videos and they, every now and again, do an update video, kind of like a life update video. I have a bit of a life update and it might affect the channel, I don't know yet, and it was semi-expected but not quite. There was a little bit of a part of me that was like, yeah, it will never happen, and it still may never happen. But I wanted to let our subscribers know a bit of background and how it might affect the channel, although I've already said that. This is very unscripted. I don't normally do these sort of videos, but I want to introduce an element of personal content to the channel, so we'll see how this goes. I recently received the news that I was provisionally, or that I was going to be made provisionally redundant from my job. I've been furloughed for a while. Only recently have I been put on 80%. They were really good. They were paying me 100%. The business was sold, and only recently have I been put on 80%, which basically is why we ended up having Lego lockdown, which I called it, where we didn't buy any more Lego, at least not for our own consumption and building and stuff for the channel. So recently I had the news via email and haven't replied back to it yet, but they're going to be reviewing it, and it's provisional, so it's a case of it might not actually happen. There might be another position for me in the company. They're doing a restructuring. It's quite complicated. I won't go into too many details because that's boring anyway. But suffice to say, I don't know what's going to happen with the channel yet, because my mind is probably going to be elsewhere, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Sorry, someone just came in the front door. You might get Alexa saying that someone's coming in through the front door. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm a web designer. I've been a web designer for, I don't know why I keep looking at my watch when I need to know how many years it was. That's not going to tell me. For about 21 years now, actually, in the same company. And I started working there from, obviously, when I was really young. I started as a junior web designer, and I stayed there and built myself up to senior web designer, and then eventually head of creative design for a small team of just developers. I was like the main designer there. And I've had a little side hustle of freelancing on the side, but obviously very little because I was working full time, so I didn't really have time to do it. Obviously during furlough, when I was furloughed at 100%, I kind of had a lot of stuff to do with the children, so I was helping out there, and it was just the whole fact that I didn't realise you could, at the time, get another job, which I still don't get now. But when you're furloughed in the UK, providing both sides are okay about it, that's your existing business that you work for that is happy with it, and there's nothing in your contract that states you can't, and the new business that you want to work for is happy that you might be taken off furlough. If both are happy, technically you can get paid from your furlough job and then work for someone else, and I still couldn't get my head around it, and maybe that's why I never pursued it, because I thought it was such a ludicrous thing to offer people when there are so many people that fell through the cracks that couldn't actually get any money from the government, and yet they're giving people the opportunity to earn 2 wages. Still can't get my head around it, but anyway. But then I was moved on to 80%, so it kind of was like, well, okay, let's make the 20% somewhere. So I tried to figure out how I could do that, and the best way would be to try and boost my freelance design stuff a bit more. And I have been. I've made contact with old colleagues and friends, and they've sent some work my way, which is awesome. The trick is working out if it's something that's sustainable to cover the costs going forward. If I am going to be made redundant, obviously I'll have a buffer from redundancy pay. But there's that little bit in the back of my mind that says, well, obviously that's going to run out. You shouldn't rely on it, and I don't really want to rely on that. I'd rather just sit on it for savings, really, just to have a backup, just in case. But the nature of my work before as a web designer wasn't always just web design. I was kind of doing all different things. So I was doing web design, Google advertising, doing random spreadsheet things, Instagram posts, you know, LinkedIn advertising, you know, basically loads of different things. And even in the last few months, I've been looking at working for another company, but they're always looking for niche things, and I'm not a master of one thing. I'm diluted over various things, so it might be hard for me to find something. That's at least what I think. Maybe it will be fine. Regardless, it's not set in stone, and I don't want to bore you too much by rambling on a video, but like I say, I don't normally do these sort of videos. I thought it might be a bit of a fun thing to do. I'm still quite positive about stuff. I try to be wherever possible. Obviously I've got family and friends that would help me out if I ever get stuck. So, you know, I'm unlike a lot of people who don't have that system. Obviously that it's problematic for them. So I know that, you know, I can get a pat on the back now and again from others to help me out, a bit of a support system mentally. But it's going to depend on, you know, how things sort of pan out. And like I say, it's not set in stone. They're going to let me know. There might even be another position within the company, and without going into too much detail now, they probably need a bit of help from what's been happening, which I won't go into. Potentially minor things, but I think they're quite important. Maybe one day I'll talk about it a bit more, and we do more videos of life stuff, because, you know, everyone follows like YouTubers and they don't really know much about their life, and I think it's important to let people know. And, you know, under normal circumstances I wouldn't bother going on about it, but because it could affect the channel, then, you know, that's why I've got to sort of reconsider things. It's not, we never really aimed for this channel to be a full-time job, and it does take a lot of time to do videos, buy Lego. You know, these things aren't gifted to us. That would be lovely, but they're not. At least not until you're of a certain size. We've been doing it for 2 years. It may be a case that we've built up so many videos now that people won't mind us having a bit of a break. I don't know what that would be. Again, like I say, I literally I read 10 minutes ago about it. So I'm still sort of digesting exactly what it means. But the window/door is still open for working at the same business. But I really want to consider working for myself full time, which means waking up in the morning and knowing that I need to get business. And that's one of the weirdest mindsets to have to get round. Now, loads of people that are freelancers, obviously they have that mindset, you know, the entrepreneurs have that kind of mindset, so they're fine with it. But after 20 years of waking up in the morning going, let's go to the office, let's meet, let's see people, and let's do a good day's work, on the flip side, you don't have that security, and you're like, whoa. And I've got 3 children, got a mortgage, so it's a case of, okay, let's sort it out and change that mindset. I'll try not to ramble on too much longer, but I think I've said everything anyway. I just want to let you guys know, what experiences do you have with this mindset thing? It'd be interesting to know what people think about this sort of stuff. And, you know, obviously loads of people get made redundant all the time. You know, it's not anything new, and especially this day and age, it's obviously, you know, more prevalent. But it's always a shock when you're the one that gets given the notice. So you never know, in a future video I might go, oh, by the way, I got another job somewhere else in the same company, or I got another job somewhere else in another company, or I've just secured a great project freelancing, so it's set me up for the next 6 months or a year or whatever. I'm quite positive with the contacts I've made so far, so I'm building that up, and we'll see how it goes. So I just wanted to get that out there to you guys. We will see what happens. Fingers crossed. Obviously we still want to do Lego stuff because Lily and I really enjoy it, but we'll have to see. I'm going to be distracted, and videos will probably be really weird if my mind is in another place of thinking, oh my god, I've got to do this and I've got to do that and things like that. So I don't want that will just ruin the video. So I need to make sure I'm in the right frame of mind to do the videos. And I might still do some Lego building. We've got a bit of a backlog anyway. We've got about four or five, six sets I think to do. So we'll probably have a lot of content coming anyway without having to buy more stuff. And the not buying Lego thing is just a precaution, just in case something happens. I mean, luckily with a lot of Lego it retains its value. So if the proverbial hits the fan, then we can shift some stuff. But I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah. Anyway, I kept saying this, but I just wanted to keep you updated. Thanks for following the channel. and subscribing and hitting the thumbs up. All of your help is appreciated. We hope you enjoy these sort of videos. Well, not this, well, we don't normally do these sort of videos, but maybe you enjoyed this sort of video, if that floats your boat, I'm not sure. But I just wanted to do a little bit of an update, and maybe we'll do more of these, just as things progress and things change. Like I say, it does affect our YouTube status as to what we're going to be doing in the future. So thanks for watching again. Thanks for entering our competitions. And incidentally, it's my birthday today. I forgot to mention that, yeah. So of all the things that could happen, maybe it's a good sign, you know. It's my birthday today and I get an email saying you might be made redundant soon. So the world works in mysterious ways. So yeah, happy birthday to me. Well done, Steve. You're going to be made redundant probably soon. But it'll work out, I'm sure it will. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for supporting the channel. Keep going, don't worry. I'm not going to use a clickbaity title, I don't think. Should I use a clickbaity title on this? I've never done a clickbaity title. What could I do? I could do, we're stopping YouTube. No. Let me think. I'm going to have a little think about a clickbaity title, and when this gets released, you'll see. This will probably premiere as well. We're doing like every 2 days. I think I've got a few set up coming out. You can probably tell by the length of my hair as to what order these are appearing in. Sometimes I have long hair, sometimes I have short hair. Yeah, oh, and welcome to my office. This is where I work. This is where I do my freelance stuff, and where I might be doing it a lot more going into the future. But we will see. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Stephen. Good luck with the redundancy. Thanks and bye.